What's up, Dallas? It's your girl, Rachel. I have my special guest, Black Ceasar, here. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Now, I am really excited to have you on my show for number one, because I'm a big fan of poetry, and you're a poet.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. How do you describe yourself as a poet?
My poetry is all encompassing. I live by the phrase "poetry saved me," and so whenever I think about my poetry, it's something that is to be loved, that is to be valued, that is to be held in high regard. Because I feel like I have something that transcends age, race, gender. It's something that everybody can feel, no matter what facet of life you're in. Whether it's love, whether it's political, whether you're having trials and tribulations with God, whether you're having internal battles, whatever it is. I feel that my poetry can give you something, just to let you know that you're not the only one going through that. Yeah.
I love all of that. Like it's like you were just speaking to me, because I know that words carry a lot of weight to them. So it's like when you're speaking your poetry, so do your followers and the people that hear your poetry, do you feel like they are filled with the emotions that you're filled with when they hear it?
Absolutely. I feel like I have a wonderful community of poetry lovers, of poets themselves. And like whenever I'm thinking about, people that like appreciate, people that like feel this work and feel that same energy, it's something that's contagious. Whenever you're in that space, you're on stage, it radiates, and people can truly feel that, and they take that energy with them. And you have a lot of people who are like, man, I've been wanting to pick my poetry book back up and start writing again. And I heard you tonight, you motivated me, and that lets me know that they're really feeling that, that they're harnessing that, and they're able to, cultivate that into something of their own.
Oh man, that's great. That's great. I mean, it's I do believe that poems have a way of expressing feelings that we can't normally say out to, normal people.
Right.
So whenever you got started doing poetry, did you always want to be a poet, or what inspired you to do what you're doing?
I used to write poems in high school for like ladies, things of that sort. Whenever I see a lady I liked, I had like a little flower book, like a little stencil book. So I would stencil a big old flower on a page and write a poem around the flower for the lady. Give it to her, and that was next level, back in high school. Cats wasn't doing that back in the day, and so me being able, just to harness that. But then when I went to college, I played football, went to college on a football scholarship, shout out A&M Commerce. And it was a business. It turned into business, and college itself was just so tedious. I wasn't able to do the poetry how I wanted to. I had to focus on different things, and I graduated, and I went into such a deep depression, because it's like, you get your apartment, you get your job, go, right? And I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? I no longer have these brothers around me and my schedule, the itinerary laid out. And so I just started to write. I just would write every single day. And I used to call my cousin and call him and read poems. And he's like, bro, you need to go on stage and share this. Sometimes he's like, I love your poetry, but I'm tired of you calling me. Like, go share it somewhere. Yeah. And fortunately, people felt like I had something, that they wanted to hear, and it's I've been in my 4th year. This is going into my 4th year of doing poetry full time now. So I'm a full-time professional poet,
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's being received very well.
I'm very thankful for that.
So you're Emmy Award winning. Is that what I heard?
I'm Emmy nominated. Emmy nominated, 2-time Emmy nominated. Very, very grateful to be working with the Dallas Cowboys, with the Texas Rangers. I did win an award with the Texas Rangers for our piece that we have called Ascension. We won an Image Award out in California. So very, very grateful for that. Hopefully we'll find out this month if we win this second nomination. It would mean a lot to me. I was devastated. I found out that we lost to Reggie Bullock of the Dallas Mavericks. He had a wonderful piece, shout out Mavericks, man. He had a wonderful piece, about his sister who had passed. And so, I'm just grateful that we can even be spoken in the same sentences to these people. And then you think about poetry and where it came from, and being able to be, on one of the highest platforms that you can receive, I was very grateful. So this year we're in a brand category with Stephen A. Smith. So yeah, he did. So yeah, so we're gonna see, Stephen A. I'm coming for you. You feel me? Yeah, so I'm excited. We're excited. Just very grateful, like I said, and I'm just always in awe of just what poetry has done for me, and just being able to receive any sort of accolades or people thinking that my poetry is truly worthy, of acknowledgement means a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like the times have changed where freedom of speech is getting more accepted.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
to an extent. Yeah, people kind of sensitive now. There's certain things you can't say in certain instances. So, you know what I'm saying? But like you want people to speak their truth, but at the same time, you do have to be mindful just because there are so many different ideologies, what
that part.
believe in, you know what I'm saying? So it's got to be mindful too. But yes, for freedom of speech, please.
Yes. But I have noticed that through social media, Facebook, and there's also clubs that actually do poetry nights, spoken word poetry. And I mean, shout out to all those talents that are out there. If y'all have any poetry, I highly encourage you to just continue doing what you're doing, because people really become inspired by what you're doing.
100%. Yeah, it's so many entities out here in the city right now that have been blowing up and continually going up.
Mm-hmm.
I got my start at Dallas Black Canvas. I'm very fortunate to still work with Dallas Black Canvas. Dallas Poetry Slam. I've been hosting a show at Pop Up DFW for the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing that. I work with Snookies out in Oak Cliff. I work with Oddly Apothecary. It's a lot of dope entities who have been putting on and giving poets. Brown Sugar Lounge. I don't want no trouble. Brown Sugar Lounge. If y'all see this, man, I want to shout them out too. It's a lot of entities that have been giving poets a platform for a long time that are continually doing that, but just don't get I feel like the love they deserve in the city, consistently. But you're starting to see that resurgence of poetry, that resurgence of just energy and just true liberation. I like to say it's like a Black Renaissance in essence. You think about just the different visuals that are coming out. You think about the poetry, you think about the dance, you think about photography. So many things are starting to come to the forefront because people want something of validity, whether they fake woke or not. At least they're trying to see something, and people are wanting something that's real. They don't just want, killing and you know what I'm saying? They want something they can take with them, something that'll feel them. You know what I'm saying?
Something that resonates with them.
Absolutely.
As a person.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I totally understand that one completely. Yeah. And I just I'm just thankful that you are doing what you're doing and you're speaking out about having poetry as a way of dealing with everyday life. Yeah. That's inspirational. So for the young poets out there, is there something you could say to them that would help inspire them in their journey?
Just stay true to yourself. Don't ever let anybody tell you who you are or what your poetry should mean to the world. You dictate that. As long as you're being authentic and you understand that your words hold value and hold weight, and just be intentional with what you say, everything else will take care of itself. Poetry is not a super glamorous job, so don't get into it thinking that you're going to make a whole lot of money. But as long as you're chasing your purpose and continually chasing your purpose and manifesting what you want from the sport, from the art, from the people, you're manifesting that in a positive outlet, you're going to receive everything that God has for you. And that is, I truly, sincerely mean that. And I hope somebody out there receives that.
I believe they will.
Yeah.
I do know that we do have a poetry corner in our magazine. So we like to inspire young poets in DFW. Yeah. So your name, Black Ceasar.
Yeah.
Explain that. How did you come about that?
The one and only. You can't clone me. You hear me? Yeah. So Black Ceasar, it is a multifaceted, multi-layered name. So one, it is a shout out to Fred the Hammer Williamson. So Black Ceasar used to be one of those old school blaxploitation films, shows style. And like, he was like a vigilante, that stuck it to the man, but he also loved on the community. He also was always in the suit stepping. He also had beautiful women on him, but he was just so many things, but he was a man of the people. He was somebody to be admired and emulated, And so, and then I also think about myself being royalty, where I come from, my people, even going back to the motherland, I am royalty. Our people are royalty, and I've always walked in that light, and I feel that when I come into a space, people feel my presence, and also shout out to Jamie Foxx, man. I was watching it one day, and Fred Williamson walked into the episode, and he said, "Black Ceasar," and I was like, God, that's it right there. I said, that's it, So I was actually Black Ceasar before I was a poet. I started calling myself Black Ceasar whenever I was like 18 years old. And so that was just like a nickname.
It's kind of stuck with you.
You know, it stuck with me. And I started doing poetry. I went on stage for the first time and they introduced me by my first name. And I was like, no, say Black Ceasar, say Black Ceasar. You know what I'm saying? And so it's been like that ever since then, you know, and I'm just very grateful that, like I said, that is something to be valued, to be seen, you know, like I said, you think about who we are and where we came from. So,
yeah,
you know,
absolutely. Yeah. I respect that very much.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. I appreciate you asking that too. A lot of people just kind of, some folks think my name is Ceasar. I ain't gonna tell y'all my government on here, but people are like, Ceasar, is your first name Black? I'm like, his first name is not Black. Last name is not Ceasar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. So we locked all the way in, but yeah, that's the origin. It's the origin story of Black Ceasar or BC.
Just in case y'all didn't know, there you know.
Come on now.
All right. So you have some projects coming up, some albums, some books?
Yeah, I got a couple things on the way. We are in the final stages of my album. It is called The Emotion Saga.
Okay.
Very excited to put this out. I believe it's going to be one of the greatest poetry and just albums of this generation. I truly feel that, you know, I've added a lot of different elements from my EP, you know, just to evolve it and really put something new into the space.
Right.
You know, I'm working with a new producer. He's amazing, Shane Haley, really dope guy, out of Texas. He went to SMU, played ball up there, and I'm working on a book right now too. As I'm working on the book right now, the book is something special. It's gonna be called As Tensions Rise, and that's just my last book was my last book was titled Lend Me Your Ears, and this book is gonna be called As Tensions Rise, and I really want to be able to just give people a look at America from the eyes of a Black man, but from the eyes of a liberated Black man. You know, someone like, I don't walk in constant fear, but I also see what we have to deal with. But I'm also seeking love too, you know,
right.
And I'm also seeking God. I'm also seeking just spiritual freedom. You know, there's still things that we are trying to break from, you know, regardless. And so, and I just wanted to be able to put that into my books, into all my projects, and allow people to really feel. You know, my last book, I felt a lot of people, I got great reviews from it, but something that was consistent was the passion. You know,
right.
People say they can feel my joy and my pain, and that was something that, like I said, I don't want to share the pain, but I want people to be able to know that they're not alone. You know,
right.
Like in these moments. So yeah, so really excited to put out the album that's going to be finished this month, Emotion Saga, and then As Tensions Rise. I hope to have it out by October. We're still working on a few things, you know, trying to get some publishing. I did self-publishing last time, but I have a couple of book deals, you know what I'm saying, a couple of potential ones as well on the table. So we'll see what is best for me, you know, as an artist. But I'm just very, like I said, just thankful just to have opportunities, to have people like, damn, like, you know, we really want to put you on a higher platform, and I think it just comes from the work that we put in. You know, like I said, playing college ball, I've always been competitive and just wanting to put in work or just up myself in essence. You know, I'm like, okay, right. I did it this way this time. I'm like, okay, let me try it this way. I'm in here working with A-List, and he's like, okay, I know you like this, but let's do it this way. You know what I'm saying? And like, I promise you gonna like it, you know, and just never being afraid to just challenge myself, and never being afraid to, you know, to try, you know. And I think that's something that a lot of people deal with, is just that fear of failure, instead of just taking it as it comes, because it is going to come, you know, so regardless of what avenue, like, you are going to like take some L's, but being able to put your stuff on bigger platforms as well, you know, while still learning, you know, like that's what it's all about, as you know, at least being an artist, an independent artist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So your book and your album, do you ever think that you might be able to make a movie out of your life journey? Yeah,
we have some short films. We have some things that we've been working on. I've been wanting to put something out for a little bit. We have I have a movie. It's kind of like a Love Jones meets Boys in the Hood type of vibe. You know?
Okay.
And that's something I've been wanting to put out just because it's true, you know, and the foundation of it is poetry. The foundation of it is comedy, joy, you know, like real culture, things that we see on a daily basis. But we're gonna be putting out some more projects, just letting people know, you know, like what it looks like to be a young, fly poet in the city, you know.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Really just enjoying your splendor, but still giving back and uplifting too, you know.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah,
I respect that. So, I mean, I just want to tell y'all, I really enjoyed having him on my show. He's been a really pleasant guest. He's going places. So for all those people who don't know you on your social media, how can they find you?
Y'all can find me all social media platforms, Black Ceasar, Black CEASAR _ Black Ceasar Poetry on Facebook, Black Ceasar Poetry on YouTube. Y'all just holler at me, man. Y'all reach out to me, poets, reach out to me. Anybody trying to curate, anybody trying to create, please. I would love to hear from you.
And if y'all need some inspiration, he's there for you too.
Come on.
All right. So thank you for taking time to be on my show. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Y'all go like, subscribe, and support all these talented folks.
Shouting gospels of triumph. Projecting our ancestors' strength is my conviction for righteousness, standing on the shoulders of giants. Firmly grounded in Proverbs, honoring thy mother and father, leading regimes of solidarity through the doors of sovereignty unjustly closed on our culture. I will show you how great I am. Naysayers turn spectators must witness my resurrection, basking in black snow, for I am the phoenix, soaring ages above their chauvinistic plots. I be a man, strong and loud, bold and proud. I be a revolutionary, y'all. Standing with the heart of a lion and the mind of a maniac, liberating, orchestrating the coalition of our people, of all people. I'm the voice to those who have none. I will show you how great I am. Just watch me shock the world. Bless.
Hello, everybody. I just wanted to let you know we had a great interview with Black Ceasar. He is such an inspirational poet. And if you are interested in doing an interview with our magazine, just like this one, please reach out to us at business@whatsupdallasmagazine.com.